I'm Jen Buchanan. People often tell me that I have a gift because I can paint. But no, my true gift is being able to teach other people to paint. And I believe if you really want to paint standout artworks, you need to learn the basic elements of art first. That's why I created this free lesson for you to get you started, which explains all the elements of art you need to know if you want to create your own standout artworks. I hope you enjoyed the lesson.
Tone is the lightness or darkness of a colour. In other words, the intensity. You can reduce the tone of a colour by adding white. The colour I've started with here is cerulean blue, and I've added white to the mix as I move down the canvas. This will give the appearance of distance to the horizon. If you would like more help in learning to blend colours like this, stay tuned to the end and I will tell you how you can get that information. Hue is the way we normally describe a colour such as blue, green, red or yellow. The way I like to remember this is with a rainbow. A rainbow is made up of all the different hues. For this part of the painting, I'm starting with ultramarine blue. Then I will gently transition to phthalo turquoise. Next, I add some cadmium yellow light to the turquoise to make a green. Then I follow on with straight up cadmium yellow light, red gold, which is a warm yellow, and finally naphthol crimson. If you want to try this painting for yourself, there's no need to use the exact same colours. Whatever similar colours you already have should work just fine. Objects in a painting should appear paler and bluer as they recede into the distance. This is known as aerial or atmospheric perspective. For these mountains, I started with a mix of ultramarine blue and cadmium yellow light. Then I added a little bit of white and a little bit more blue as we moved back to the headlands in the distance. Objects should also appear smaller as they recede into the distance. This is known as linear perspective. What I'm doing here is defining the waves in the painting by adding a reflection of the sky colour to the surface of the ocean in between each wave. In other words, I'm painting on the negative space to reveal the object that I want to show. I can do the same with this smaller wave in the foreground. Then I will continue on with the reflection of the sky, gently tapering it out as I move towards the bottom of the canvas. Composition is the arrangement of objects in a painting. Lines can direct the viewer's eye around the canvas and draw attention to the main focus or focal point of the artwork. Here I'm using my fan brush to paint the sea foam. See how the line along the shore curves upwards? This is pointing my eyes back towards the large wave, which is the focal point of this painting. Shapes can add interest and also help to keep the composition balanced. There's a big blank area of colour here, so I'm filling some of it up with some floating bits of foam. I'm using titanium white for the base colour, and then I'll add some shadows and highlights. Notice that these shapes get smaller and closer together as I move backwards into the painting. Shadows and highlights are used to show form in objects so that they appear three-dimensional. I have developed a tricolour method of painting which makes the process of showing form easy to remember, especially for newer painters or those who are new to acrylics. Remembering the direction of your light source will help you to decide where highlights and shadows should go. Self-shadows are those on the dark side of an object, the part that's hidden from the light. Cast shadows are those that have been cast onto one object by another. For this shadow that's been cast onto the sand, I'm using a darker mix of the sand colour. That is, I toned down my red, gold and crimson sand colour by adding some of orange's complementary colour, blue. I've also added a bit of white in there so the end result is not too intense. Light can be direct, filtered, refracted, or reflected. Direct light would be where the sunlight is hitting this sea foam. For the direct highlights on the foam, I'm using a very pale mix of the yellow and white. And I'm dabbing very gently with my fan brush to show the little bits of spray. Filtered light is showing through the top of the wave, making the water look translucent. I can use the yellow again here, but this time I won't add any white, and I'll gently blend it into some turquoise below. Refracted light shows us what is on the bottom of the ocean so that the water looks transparent. Straight up yellow works here too. Reflected light shows us what is above the water so we can see the surface. I already added some of the sky colour to the surface of the ocean earlier, but now I want to add some reflections of the sea foam to make the water look shiny. So I'm using exactly the same colours I did for the foam. Finally, when you add texture to a painting, you help the viewer to imagine themselves in the scene, feeling the sand between their toes or the cool spray coming off the back of the wave. So there you have it, a very quick rundown of the elements of art and how you can use them to create more realistic paintings. Obviously, what I've covered today is only a small snippet of what I could teach you about painting, although I did try to pack as much as I could into this 10-minute lesson. I believe that having a good understanding of basic art principles and how you can use them is just as important as knowing how to put paint to canvas. That's why my online art courses are jam-packed with lots of really useful and relevant information as well as visual demonstrations. Everything is presented in a clear, detailed and easy to follow fashion so anyone can find painting success. I know there's plenty of free stuff out there you can use to copy from. However, when you're ready to progress to the next level, I think you will find my Paint Stunning Seascapes in Acrylics course will give you the foundation you need to achieve true painting success. So, if you love to learn and want to be able to create your own unique paintings of the scenes that really mean something special to you, I invite you to take a look at my Paint Stunning Seascapes in Acrylics online course.
The Paint Stunning Seascapes in Acrylics course has been carefully designed so that by the time you get to the end of this one seascape painting, you will have learnt about all the elements of art and how you can use them to create better paintings. This is definitely not just a watch and copy course. Yes, you will learn about blending and mixing colours, different brush techniques, how to make objects appear 3D, and anything else you need to know to create a seascape painting. But you will also learn much more than that. Each lesson is jam-packed full of valuable information on the elements of art. Once you understand these basic elements, you can go ahead and create any type of painting you like. People often tell me that I have a gift because I can paint. But no, my true gift is being able to teach other people to paint. I know this because of all the fantastic feedback I get from my students.
Michelle, for example, signed up to one of my courses but decided to try my free waterfall tutorial first. Here's what she said. Total success. This is amazing. I haven't completed my beach lesson yet, but from what I've learnt so far, you are one incredible teacher. I've paid for several art courses and none of them have been as informative as yours regarding the use of colour, perspective, light and shadows, depth, etc. I'm floored. I can't wait to hear what Michelle thinks when she gets to the more detailed lessons in the course. Helping people to discover their hidden talents is what gives me the most joy. People like Sharon, for example, who said, "Thank you for awakening a passion. I've always admired people who are artistic and can paint. I just never thought I could be one of them. It's amazing how often I hear people say that they didn't think they could do it, but surprisingly they could. I would love to help you awaken your passion as an artist. So much so, in fact, that I'm going to give you a coupon you can use to get 25% off the regular price of the Paint Stunning Seascapes in Acrylics course. Here's how you can claim your discount. Head to the Blue Beach House Art School website at courses.bluebeachhouseart.com and choose from either the Paint Stunning Seascapes in Acrylics course or the Paint Stunning Seascapes with Sensational Skies bonus bundle. You can get 25% off either of these courses when you enter the coupon code Stunning Seascapes at the checkout. Once your username and password has been created, you can go ahead and complete your purchase securely using either PayPal or credit card. The prices listed are in Australian dollars but will show in your own currency on your statement. Don't forget the code to enter is Stunning Seascapes. No matter whether or not you decide to continue on learning with me, I really hope you found value in this free lesson.